Now, we'll be saying Hasan Ayariga certain questions be about Alan Chamante. Now, I would there are a lot of questions about within the social media space and even on ground. Okay, Alan Chamante, oh, why they mean he could have been better if said Kauka NPP na Bibi Obisi there, Alan Oidema, Sebe, unpaired Dr. Woodbam and was, I mean, if we bar left, right, center. But this time, we'll be saying the question, Oidema Pape, Hasan Ayariga, only Alan Chamante, only will beef. Now, Messin, some okay will show no the from me after to my family. Share this short with them up with another one over the bottom.
Country.
So, do you see the butterfly movement dying anytime soon?
All the movements, all the movements will die after 2024.
Oh,
because who will say they are not political parties.
Okay.
They run as independent candidates, and independent candidates after the election, they have no essence anymore.
Oh, okay.
So they are not political party. It's just like anybody standing for an individual independent election, parliamentary candidate or independent. After election, no, you go to sleep. Butterfly. I think that the butterfly could have done better now, like if they stayed with the NPP. Mahusa, because Alan Tremante is a good man. Even though he's not taking he's stealing my policies right now. He's stealing he's stealing my policies. If you go and look to
Ahana beef in one. Beef na hana or nza hana start fee. Na ya pada ya shede aba policies. No wa ma Alan Kojo Chamati no aba asame because as I yaga pa wakare he's stealing my policies no na asam no mu ya verem.
2 days ago he was invited to I debate, I encounter. I encounter no, all the police in the Kasa media. After I've launched my manifesto. Police, Kasa police,
no fine.
Say change of mindset and attitudinal change. That is my first policy number one. Your policy, last policy. You can't start from mindset change with at the ending. It is still starting from the beginning. Because that is the drive to change Ghana. Okay. If we do not change our mindset, no, change it BBI in our Ghana. Because our mindset is what is destroying our country. We have a mindset that does not allow us to do a lot of things. So you don't start with change of mindset at the end.
Okay.
Then I talk about banning Galamsey and doing audit into the Galamsey or Koyese or audit. I don't know whether some media people took my policy and were teaching him how to talk.
Or maybe your policies are there. You
look at the 24-hour economy too. The NDC picked it.
They stole it from you too.
Of course. It's my
so it looks like both parties are taking your idea.
I kind of come from Hasan Ayariga so when you be the kapao. No, we're still the policy, Alan Kojo Chamati. This one is for you because it seems there. Opini, or you will beef kakra, you will banter kakra. Now, us the policies no, Aberdeen service, you are stealing them. Now, what no you see? Hey, Obi to me we have been the police more, and this is just at a point that everybody is trying to campaign. This election, Ankasanet, will actually be a very tight one. I will have to say that certain people will see that it is very easy for a particular candidate, but I don't think that it's so. Now, Martin, even John Domani Mahama, or number 8, which certain people can there. Oh, it will be hard for certain people to see him down there. When number 1, what Dr. Amuba Melbe is in Azen, because some be brain and work. But the thing is this: from number 2 to number 7, if any of them decide to back off and then they decide to withdraw, I bet you that Mahama campaigning for number 8 will be very, 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 very hard. It will be very, very, very hard. But onion see, let's not just get to that point. It is but so here, I'm sure that's some for not Baba.
With the narrative around corruption, so people in Abambebu.
Your oncrophobia or madane or moho say, let me give this preamble. Osofo, meti hey. And you nyam kesia President Nanado Danko Kufuado di Ashemini Mebusia. I will not go and entangle myself in any corrupt situation. I think corruption should be punished by law. So obi a corrupter, yemfa ko jina mrenim. And that has been the track record of the New Patriotic Party and our government. President Akufo-Addo baye and Professor Mills, former President Mahama administrations, na corruption he prosecuted the cases. Entina Maslock, CEO, and now we are convicted. Oni ha, she is a fugitive. Because yasishan krata di na kojina mrenim, ama mrano ni nedi abuanofo. Entina the former board of National Communications Authority NCA, yedi omu kojina mrenim, ema mrani omu diye, convicte ye. Entina venture capital. Under the previous administration, Emrano yedu omuko jina mrenim. There is no shortcut in dealing with corruption. If you have the evidence, it ought to be prosecuted.
Now, all the examples, people in the former administration,
Entina
in
me
Mumu, no.
Entina me kamba say, Encrofor the case is aban refer to one agency or the other, whether a shrajo, whether a police CID, whether a office of special prosecutor. Yoko ni na references ko unim say Northern Development Authority issues by her under this administration before courts and now way. So it defeats
motorcycles been a year.
Yeah, so it defeats the conversation about reference to only cases under previous administration. Now, under this administration, so can about so obi a corrupt and answer there is a scandal. Let me give you a typical example. Me penny Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa of the NDC, member of parliament for Northam. Now, say what one akofa krata biaba said there is a scandal. Also for motiha. And a bra penny kofa krata ba yes and aban we yakoton and sase parks and gardens for sase. Mr. I won't comment on any new paper or so-called expose without Ghana media no holding it to account. Said this is the explanation and narrative of Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources diaba. I say, Enyama will see a lease under this government, the history, the leases were done under NDC, former President John Dramani Mahama administration. In 2015 and 2016, the honorable thing would have been say, opinion beba beka se, mena mekaye, nansu nyamienim, in the face of evidence, ebia I was misled, enti Ghana for monfan chayen. Na ochina, okofa bibi fo froba, yakase, there was good intentions behind it, goodwill. He was only misled. Now the evidence by ye says documents you or the by na no krebi anymore. Mama no kwama na moving on, jumping on to other issues. And I am mom ni efra ye see embe responde. Without or no, whoever alleges must prove. Until yet the other superior information ba na contradicting your the beto abontia. The best thing is mobema na apologize publicly. Mobe friend de na to amanaka se make us say NPP are buying and the Honorable Samuel Abujinapo and the previous lands ministers omaton sasea akwa parks and gardens for asase na momuhwehwe mu abachire se and the former President John Dramani Mahama omulisi sansasi does that hurt also for me better na meka bibi na manofom na ukonya evidence bi chese na meka na enye saa I should be honorable enough to say, oh, I think but this is the contrary information. But you've allowed him to move on. The media has allowed him to move on from that issue.
Allegations, the land minister responded, and he came back punching holes into the response from the lands minister. And on Namsoma, another response if a lands minister.
Other response and they did contradict the fact to say Abanwe didn't sell parks and gardens asasi. It did not contradict that. It did not. Lease yeba kope. Ye lease in 1920 or 1960 anyway. It does not matter what kind of applications that goes in and variations that were requested. So what expose and it is based on information. You should have had the information from the genesis. Second response and by empacho money nedin komo. Also saying
no.
Also lands ministry or moboa. Also monton parks and gardens as I say. So at the end of the day, I won't allow him to move on from such a conversation. Ochina blowing hot air on another issue. Ni afreyaba and yes, scandal upon scandal. But now this is a dent on the integrity of the person who wakes up every day and bring a document, send me expose. Because your punchy hole said, no, this thing you didn't investigate, you didn't check the records, and the information here could have been easily accessible. enti eja o de wusua mra ana wawie mra sua enti no there is something that goes to the credibility of the witness and answer the person that will make allegations enti uni musa obeba bra properly. But that notwithstanding, I have said it and said it again. And it's a NDC for nya akwenya besom Ghana for. Oma ntimi amputu a single appointee of President John Adjekum Kufuor, a NPP 1 administration behind bars. And it was not because former President Mahama is a father for all, as he's been claiming during his encounter with the media. It is because all the people that they lined up before the courts, they didn't have any evidence. Either it had to do with Ghana at 50. Say, your former minister Sabiu, and in Nigeria, they couldn't substantiate it. So it is never true. So Mumunya Kwenya to prosecute and they didn't do it because there is a humanizing posturing of a father for all. It is not true.
Now, I had a member mayedu. Now, Demra, they may be out no. I bring in nothing but the truth. I bring in facts back to back content. Now, but Mazana share video and share. Robi students and company. Maybe I share one your comment section. But from Yafa, what my from a kuska. I'm a crowd later in the go.